Entrepreneurship is hard. So hard, in fact, that almost every single person that sets out to start a scalable venture fails. And we as entrepreneurs, we have to dial everything up to an 11 so we don't fail. We fail. We ruin reputations, torch life savings, get dumped by everyone we've ever known or loved, and flee to cities where there's some semblance of a bridge that we have yet to burn. And despite those risks, almost 10% of every Kansas Citian is in the process of starting a company or is actively at the helm of one right now. And because of that, we believe that entrepreneurship is equally hellacious as it is beautiful. Without entrepreneurship, almost all the things that we know and love and need in society wouldn't be possible. Think right now about your most important hobby or one of the most important things in your life. Those things are fueled by the economy, which is fueled by entrepreneurs. And you might be thinking, oh no, what about my family? What about love? What about roads? What about food? All of those things are great and important, but without people that start companies, how would families feed themselves? How would they pay for their rent? How would roads get constructed without people that don't create firms that build roads? How would those people fund those things without tax dollars that are created with employees and jobs, and everything all just stems back to entrepreneurship. And BetaBlox is the bridge between these two things, between something that we know is incredibly difficult, but yet incredibly important. We make startups better, faster, guaranteed, and we do so through a very strict and rigorous year-long program filled with mentor lectures, classes, one-on-one consultation, access to investors, access to an alumni base of hundreds of founders, and a whole lot more. In exchange, we take 5% equity in each venture that comes through our doors. And for clarification, that's not revenue, that's not a lease, that's not profit, that's not a consultation fee. That is us putting our money where our mouth is that says we are not going to take a dollar until you become a multi-millionaire, at which point we're going to take a pinch. Some people call us a school, some people call us a church, some people call us a gym for founders. And I just like to think that we're just really, really great advisors. How we're different is this slide right here. These are actual people that are investors and owners of BetaBlox that do the heavy lifting around here. Each one of them is at the helm of their own growth stage ventures. Notice how I didn't say, we got a bunch of business professors. Notice how I didn't say, we got a bunch of people that work for corporate America. No offense to any of those two things, if you are one of them, and I can see some of you, so I apologize for that. But these people have raised money, made money, turned ideas into tangible realities, and become millionaires themselves. This is entrepreneur to entrepreneur, peer-to-peer training that is substantially differentiated than the average educational program that an entrepreneur unfortunately gets tricked into going through. And this is the crux of our thesis. This is what makes us different. And I know it works. And this is how. There's a lot of things that people can brag about in my shoes, as in an incubator or an accelerator or whatever word you want to say. But there's one thing that we're most proud of. We ring the register. I am not afraid to admit that we care about making money, and a lot of it. Revenue is the most important metric that there is, and anyone who says anything else is hiding behind the fact that they don't make money like we do. We have doubled our annual combined client revenues every single year since inception. And if we continue to grow at the same pace that we were at, not improving one iota, we're going to do over $100 million in annual sales before the next Olympics. What this means, if I really simplify it for you guys, is that we're an economic development powerhouse. And we don't do this alone. We need you guys. And we're going to do this by asking for your help in 3 different ways. The first is a gift. From the grid, which is the facility that we're in right now, to you all. Anyone that came to any session of today's BetaBlox's demo days, any one of the first 2 or the one that you guys are in right now, is going to be offered free 30-day co-working in this facility, so they can prove to you that they can provide as much value for your organization or you as a freelancer or a small business as we experience as clients of the grid ourselves. The second thing that I really would like some help with is if you see anybody from the Kauffman Foundation today or anytime in the next couple of months, please do me a favor and thank them. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do today as big and as high quality as we have. Let me tell you a quick story. The thesis for BetaBlox was written for my dissertation to graduate on the other side of the country, on the West Coast, where they claim it's better to start businesses. I came home for a handful of reasons, and the Kauffman Foundation was definitively one of them. Every dollar that we just bragged about being able to make, every job that we've created since we've been here, is partially attributed to them. And so to have the validation of being partnered with them for this event and other things means the world to me. I also want to shine a little bit of light on one of their main focuses right now, which is that of the Zero Barriers movement. It is their opinion, and I will sign off on this, that entrepreneurship is a human right that everyone deserves an equal access to, regardless of race, gender, age, or any other factors that other people think get in the way of starting a business with as little barriers and as much simplicity as possible. And I didn't even do the words that they have written down for that thesis justice. So if you even remotely found that touching, wait until you see some of the work that they've published on it. It inspired me. And I'm glad to say that we hopefully complement that thesis. My last call to action, if you're interested in becoming a part of our program, apply to our website. It's free to do so. It'll only take a couple of minutes to start a very informal process for which we'll decide whether or not we're a correct fit for you and you are a correct fit for us. And this time, next year, you can be standing on this stage bragging about your first $1 million in revenue. The first step is free. Just go to the website and apply.